What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Repeat.
Yo, it's your boy Mike Sanchez.
And you already know by now. Don't say this.
Say that. Yo, we have another one where we crossing state lines here.
Another one.
Yo,
we got some dudes up here.
Hell yeah, man. I'm a fan of both of these guys' work. For those who may not know, yo, introduce yourself, my guys.
Yes, sir. So I go by the name of Saav. I'm from Bronx, New York. 24 years old. Artist in every sense of the word. We out here, man.
Let's get it.
What's going on, guys? My name is Arteaga. I'm from Brentwood, Long Island. I mean, first time
up here in Boston for both
First time
y'all,
doing
right?
a podcast here in Boston.
Nice.
Actually chilling with the crew. I mean,
absolutely.
Most of the time I came here for work. Love the city.
Word, yo, but welcome, man. We're super
love to have
happy to get you guys in, man. For real. Any first impressions?
Nah, this actually like my fourth time in Boston. Yeah, I came twice. When I was like 10 to my step aunt's crib.
Okay.
I stayed there.
Yeah.
I don't know where she lived. I was mad young. But third time I was on a field trip. And we was over here.
Oh, okay,
in the market.
okay.
Yeah, so I remember that.
Yeah, this is a very like touristy area.
That's what I'm saying.
I was saying that
too.
Like,
and shit like that.
They don't look like they live here. Like,
Hell no.
Especially around here, because like right across the street's a historical landmark. So they're like, oh, we're in Boston now.
Yeah,
like,
Boston
like,
Tea
They
Party,
taxing, bro.
Like, bro.
Taxing out here,
Yeah.
bro. Yo, so so obviously you guys both been to Boston. You guys are from New York, came all the way out here. So thank you so much. I can't let that slide under the radar. So for those who not know, man, how long have you guys been doing what you guys do? I know that you're an artist, embodying that fully. You also rap. You make beats.
Yeah.
So tell the people a little bit about how long you guys been doing it for.
I literally started making probably like beats-wise, like probably like 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
About 5. Taking it serious, like probably 3. I mean, but I literally started making beats when I saw people being laid off from my job and stuff like that. So it kind of gave me like, yo, like if you don't step your game up and find out what you want to do in life, that could be you. You know what I mean? So
That's true.
You didn't get laid off though. You just
they made me clean some guy's table and he was crying. So it kind of brought me to like, yo, I was in the back of the break room. I'm like, yo, like
It ignites that fire, bro.
Yeah.
And especially when you feel like you may lose something like that.
And it's just like, and then I was going to the Bronx a lot, and that's how I was at one of the stores, Big Plaza, and that's how I met Saav. I mean, I could hear it through one of our mutual friends.
Or my boy Zaquan went to middle school and high school with him. He started working at PC Richards before me, and then he put in the word. I started working there. Then Mario was going to both of our stores. So
was that like a music store?
I mean, they sell like music equipment and shit, like electronics.
Okay,
and,
okay.
Yeah.
Like studio
matches.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how we met. That was like 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bit
And
recent.
put out our first project the following year. Well, first official project on the platforms. I had like 2 mixtapes prior in like 2014 and 2016. I took them down because obviously, like, that was my early stages.
Yeah.
I was.
You wasn't really there.
Yeah, exactly. All
working
this
out
shit
the
was,
kinks and shit like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
All this shit was YouTube
Yo,
beats.
research and development, bro.
Yeah,
it
man.
takes that.
You gotta talk about the first session. You gotta talk about that first 2 weeks session.
Oh yeah, that shit was. Yeah, I was wilding. Like I don't know. Like I was like, yeah, I finally got somebody to lock in with me all the time. Like, and we got a bottle of Jameson.
Oh,
Oh my god, that's.
Yeah. And then that's it.
Yeah,
Story's over.
you over there sweating
Yo,
bullets.
I was twisted, bro. I was in front of his house on the steps eating bread, like just.
Yo, but you know what, Saav? Like that, it's actually a blessing that happened on your first real session, though. You imagine? Because you got that mistake out the way. Now next time how to come correct and shit. If that happened, like who knows? You got like some studio time with somebody, big, and that shit happened. Man, that's
I was mad shook, bro. I was mad shook because he like.
You was lit too?
No,
I
was lit, but then I got shook because I'm like, yo, he throwing up in the bathroom. I'm like, damn, he younger than me.
Where he's like, I don't even know his mom. He's like, damn.
Who do I call? Like, what the fuck?
Like, oh, we ain't having alcohol poisoning. I'm like, oh,
Yo,
I'm like, you good, bro?
Yo, man, you gotta get those out the way, big bro. For
That's
real,
what I'm saying.
for real.
That shit is funny.
So obviously, like with we're all that love hip hop. You know, we hear like the transition that hip hop is taking, where you know there's like a much more, I don't know how to call it, modern sound right now. But I do see that you guys have that aesthetic where it's like classic hip hop, and that's one of the things that attracted me to you guys. So, what kind of inspired you guys to do that, to follow that?
Well, my favorite rapper is J. Cole. Off the
Word.
rip.
I could
Yeah,
tell.
yeah,
I could
yeah.
like. I don't mean to sound like oh, you sound like him, but like I could tell like when someone studies that crowd,
Yeah.
they like what I'm saying. You can put those wordplays together like that. Yeah, 100%.
Honestly, every like his generation, Pac, Big, they still greats in my book, but I didn't grow up with them.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, it's
So it's
hard.
different.
It's hard. Yeah.
When I heard J. Cole on the radio, Lights Please, I
Dog,
was
what
like,
a banger.
Nah, this is different. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, like it was. I just didn't hear anybody spit like that in my time. Like Drake, yeah, but
Nah, he don't spit like J. Cole spits. Like
You know what I
that.
mean?
You know what I really
it's
liked
this,
about that
You
song?
can tell that's a big difference because Drake's more like, for like if you missing a shorty or something like that. It's like
Yeah.
he got his hard beats, but it's like you Drake, like you not like known for being like this lyrical like lyricist
Yeah,
or some shit like that. But J. Cole was 100%. It's all from the heart, from the
Swordsman.
whole.
Yeah,
exactly.
Now you know what I really liked about J. Cole. He kind of made it cool for artists to be vulnerable.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
You know, he made it cool for like you guys to speak about inner trauma,
Like in depth.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
depth,
yeah. Because before that, it was just I'm the hardest out here,
Yeah.
or my bars is the nicest. You know what I mean? Which is still cool. You know what I mean?
He graduated from college too,
Yeah.
so he made it cool. Like when you heard last call in the warm up, he was just breaking down
Yeah.
his story, how he went to school, still graduated.
For sure, and I think I think it was called Every Given Sunday or something when he was dropping like like small little projects before the album dropped. Yo, he had some fucking heat on them shits, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't in tune with that, but I did hear about that. Like
Yeah, it was
before he dropped like the
crazy.
warm up, I think.
Yeah. No, it was actually Born Sinner.
Oh, what?
Born Sinner, like literally right before Born Sinner
Yeah,
dropped.
dropping the packages.
Every given
Oh,
Sunday.
like
Yeah.
like yours
That type of
truly.
shit.
Yours
Yeah,
truly.
Oh
exactly.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like singles and shit. Like,
Nah,
before.
but yours truly was.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
that's some of his those some of his deepest songs, bro.
Yeah.
So obviously, Saav told us that you came from a different generation, influenced by the Pacs and stuff like that. What are some of the producers or beat makers that influenced you?
Jeez, man.
He's like, so many. Hold on,
Yeah.
I gotta pull up the phone.
I got hold up. This guy.
I grew up I grew up in Long Island, Brentwood, so it's like it's very different than the city. The city kind of always gets the love, and we're like I'm from a city where we don't really get that much love. You know what I mean? So like a lot of we were always more influenced by like a lot of West Coast music. You feel
Got
me?
it. Okay.
So believe it or not, like a lot of the people, at least in my generation when I was in school, like a lot of people on Pac, Game. You feel me? Like.
Game had an era, bro.
Was it like Pac over Biggie when
Game
you
had
were
it.
in school more
Of course,
so?
bro. Bro, we used to be in the bus, bro, in the ninth grade, bro. We used to have like Biggie and Pac fights, bro. Like,
Wow. That sounds like some good times though.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And the other side, Biggie, bro. It's like it was like that, bro.
Well, it's because, like you said, Biggie's obviously from New York, but he's like, you kind of were forgotten about, obviously being from Long Island. It's kind of like out the way for some people visiting New York. But yeah, you kind of relate to Tupac in that way because you got those West Coast influences.
When people think the island, think Hamptons. You know what I mean? So,
Right,
like,
exactly. They
That's
don't.
all the way in the other end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's at the,
That's at the
like,
tip, right?
Yeah,
What they
that's
think
like you gotta go from Connecticut to get there. You don't even go from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you take,
I didn't
like-
even know that they did that.
Me
Like,
neither.
They take a boat.
Yeah, I thought the
Oh,
Hamptons were in
like a ferry
California
type
at
shit.
first. They were like,
it's
it's in
pretty
New
close.
York. I'm like,
It's
what?
like a half-hour ride, I think.
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
I
that.
was exposed to hip hop young. My oldest brother, you know what I mean? When I grew up with him back in 95, 96. I was born 1990, so
Okay.
I remember back in the days, he used to like, the thing was to get the VHSs and record the music videos.
Oh,
That was the
yeah.
old school way. So I
Yeah.
remember like,
Or the
being-
empty cassettes.
yeah,
remember?
the cassettes.
Yeah.
So I remember grabbing his tapes and just seeing like California Love, seeing like all the Wu-Tang stuff. So I was exposed to
Yeah.
it for a long time.
That's like the essence of hip-hop right there. Like,
Yeah.
just like that old, like, unrefined look. Like,
Yo, I love that shit though.
yeah,
that
bro.
grittiness
Like, the
because it's
graffiti,
authentic.
like, yeah, man.
And I think it's a good way to segue into this question. So you obviously are both New York bred.
Yeah.
Hip hop was born in New York. Sedgwick Avenue in the Bronx. So
This man's
how
a
does that?
historian, bro.
I gotta come correct. Listen, if I'm interviewing someone from New York, I gotta come correct. So how does that make you feel to be from there? Be like, wow, I'm from, like you said, the essence of hip hop, that grittiness, that toughness. It's like, and now I'm exploring this journey myself as a musician. So how do you handle kind of with that notoriety of New York being that, you know, I'm a New York artist?
I think I'm definitely proud of it.
Right.
But that's not like a pass. You know what I mean? You still gotta definitely prove yourself.
That's what I'm
And-
saying. That's what I meant to
you know what I
say.
mean?
It's a
Like,
big proving ground in New York.
Because people from New York, everybody on the outside is like, yo, New York is like the greatest city. I mean, I think it is too, but it's like I'm
Me
from
too.
there, so it's different. Outside looking in, it's like on a pedestal. But like me coming from there, you kind of feel overlooked sometimes because there's so much going on in this city.
So many greats have come from there too.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, you also got to step up to the plate.
Is
to
it
fill in those shoes as
is it
well.
like pressure like coming from there?
Nah, I wouldn't say it's pressure. It's very cutthroat in New York City though. Like,
That's one
not
thing.
a lot of people, not a lot of artists like to support other artists, and
Yeah.
that's why New York been failing for a while now.
Because I feel like that
Atlanta,
term, the
LA.
king of New York, kind of gets thrown around too much among
Yeah,
kind of
it
those
kinda
like
lost its
trendy
value,
art.
yeah,
Exactly, because, you
honestly.
know, it's just so many different like kind of whack people were saying it, and it got to the point where, like you said, it started to
Diluted.
exactly.
Yeah, OD diluted.
Because once you do something so many times, it's gonna lose value.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. Arteaga, I wanted to ask you something. So obviously, right now with technology available, you worked at a store. You know what they had
Yeah.
technology, so you're probably aware with all of them. You know, a lot of beat makers use DAWs and stuff, whether it's Logic, Fruity Loops, whatever it is. But I do see you sticking to the MPC. Is there a reason why you do that, or is it just like the, you know, like the feel that you get?
I feel like, you know, as a kid, I wasn't able to afford it. You know what I mean? I was raised by my grand, so she gave me what she could.
Got you.
So I finally got to that age where I'm able to, like, buy my own stuff. So, like, when I got into music, I was like, what other way to start music than, like, to learn on the MPC the right way? Like, all the classic albums I used to listen to were made on that. So I felt like, let me start and learn that way. So, like, it taught me a lot about just the history of hip-hop, you know what I mean? And as I got better with that, I graduated to, like, using Logic.
Got it. Got it. Do you think it's easier using software over hardware?
I feel like both of them have the pros and cons. I feel like when you use like the MPC, it kind of like you kind of have to use what you got because you know plugins.
Yeah.
You're not really like you're actually focusing, especially when it's standalone. Like you're just there going like crate digging and just trying to find the best sounds, the best loops. You know what I mean? Drum breaks and all that type of stuff. Whereas a dog, sometimes you get caught up looking like putting this.
What
plug
menu
in.
is this on? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I have friends that make beats, and I gotta tell you, man, it's such a it's a
It's
tedious
a long
process.
creative process.
You know,
I'd
it's-
say.
yeah, especially for like I don't know, like I enjoy, you know, finished products of music and stuff like that. But like for somebody to like, you know, like I'm working on this one snare an hour, I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna go crazy. But it just takes like a, you know, a special level of love to do that. So shout out to you guys for pursuing that. So classic beats, bro. You Guru. You got some crazy ass, like that crazy ass
Say,
freestyle.
speak about that.
Yeah, actually, I've been meaning to do that beat for years, bro. Since like probably like 2014. Like I always was plotting on that shit. But
Rest in peace, Guru, by the way.
yeah, word. RP Guru, shout out Gangstar, DJ
Hell yeah.
Premier. I just never knew how to attack it
Mm.
because I was like, damn, this is such a my uncle always told me like, yo, if you cannot do better than the original, don't touch it. And that always stuck with me. So I'm like,
Very good advice.
I took my time with that beat. I gave it several attempts over the years. And then one time, like we was on a little run, and he was like, yo, just do that Master Pill beat. And I'm just like, fuck it. I was in the crib like 2 days straight, just blasting that shit on the speaker in the living room and just, you know, just pushing these bars out. Like, I didn't know what the fuck I was going to talk about. I was just like, nah, I just got to get done. Like,
Yeah, just
That's
let
a
it
commitment
flow.
to the
yeah,
process,
Yeah, man.
especially on a classic beat. So, you know, because a lot of people would just be like, all right, I'm going to do this, and now it's done. Like, no, you can't ruin it like that. Because you don't want someone to hear that beat, then hear the original song and be like, oh, man, this dude did it and it was trash.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, whatever. But regardless of that, you know, going through your discography, you know, learning about you both, a couple things stuck out to me big time. And that was Talk Part 1 and Black. And most importantly, because you really, you know, told these folks how you grew up, you know, where you grew up, the trials, the tribulations, all that shit is took. And all that shit you went through, I should say. And we was talking about earlier how, you know, J. Cole's more vulnerable. He's really going to tell you how he felt, and, you know, how he grew up. So why is it important for you personally to, you know, tell your audience, you know, this is where I come from, and not maybe, you know, like something about a party or like a club or
yeah.
something like that.
Well, I just gotta stay true to myself. Like, you know,
Facts.
You just can't fake the funk because eventually you're just gonna get exposed.
Yeah.
And I can't really talk about nothing else. Like, I have my moments where, like, I flex and, I say some shit, but
It's hip hop.
yeah, exactly. It's bravado. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Fucking, but just J. Cole as my biggest influence. I'm like, I gotta match that type of level and dedication to the pen.
Mm-hmm. And
when people hear me, once you, like, just completely vulnerable with strangers, it's like, damn, what? They gonna hear it and be like, man, he really put this out into the world. Like, even if it doesn't amount to anything, he, like, gave a piece
it takes
of
courage.
himself
It takes
to
courage.
Because
just-
some people hear the shit and they're like, wow, you're really telling us this shit? Like, you
Yeah.
don't know any of these people. And you're really telling them, it's like, you got to. Because this is what you saw,
Yeah.
you know?
That's what drew me to him, because I grew up, like, my favorite rapper is Pac, and Pac, Nas, like, and J.
I tell
Cole,
by the
too.
shirt, you know?
Yeah, man. Like, I told myself, that's what made me a big fan of J. Cole, because, like, when we went to, me and my boy Brian, we went to this concert, he used to do, like, I Ain't Mad At You. So I'm like, bro, that's my favorite rapper right there, bro. Because I feel like that's all I used to bump is Pac, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Right.
when I heard his music, his previous projects, which I did want to take them down, because that's what made me a fan. That one project, it's called...
Wait, which one?
The Juice.
Oh, that one? Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Because, like, I heard the vulnerability. Like, to me, like, I think music that has meaning will always overpower, like, songs with crazy flows. You know what I mean? Like, real music, like Dear Mama. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like, when you hear the way Pop wrote that song, like, that's why he died in 96, you know what I mean?
his music is still
Died
pop.
when I was
Still
born.
here, you know what I mean? He was born in 96. That's wild, bro.
93, baby.
Oh, word?
97.
Yeah.
97 was
Yeah.
when Biggie died, too. So I was like, damn.
No, but for sure, like, I think that's honestly one of the things that inspired me, like, that got me, like, reeled into your guys' music. So, like you said, like, a lot of people get caught up in the flow, you know, what they're saying, and that shit's ill. Like, I think it takes fucking skill, breath control, all this other shit to be able to spit some crazy ass shit. But, like, what are you saying, though? You know what I mean? And I think the first song I heard was Inspo, and I was like, damn, I needed
Like
that
the first song
bad.
ever?
Like, I think it was like a sponsor, like somebody shared
Oh,
it,
yeah,
sponsor,
yeah.
and I was like, yo, this shit's fire. Let me click it. And I hit y'all up immediately. I'm like, yo, this shit's fire. You know, like, I got no problem with showing love if I think something's cool.
Facts.
And one thing that I liked about that song that stuck with me, bro, you said something along the lines, if you got to question what it's worth, just cut it loose. And I was like, yo, I'm applying that shit right the fuck away. And keeping that song in mind, what are some of the sacrifices that you maybe had to cut loose to pursue music? Or you guys, both of you.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
man, like, well, I was a father at 21, so I had to, like, there was a lot of things. He was going through that journey of being a father and relationship and stuff like that. But after, when I separated my baby moms, I had to learn how to, like, literally, like to pursue the music stuff and get serious with it. I had to learn how to stop partying, not drinking as being realistic, like not playing video games. Literally,
That shit's hard, bro.
Yeah,
It really is.
Really realizing, yo, stop balancing 5 girls. You know what I mean? Like, because
Yeah,
that's
that
time.
shit
You feel me?
is
Like, I had to
draining.
cut that off.
That's a big town.
Yeah, I had to unlearn. And I read during that time too. I read the Fifth Agreement. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever read that
word.
book.
I've heard of it.
Definitely check it out. So I read that book, and it kind of talked about a lot of just domestication, how when you were born into this world, you know, you're told how to speak, what language, what religion. So I took a lot of basically said you got to unlearn bad habits to make good habits. So learning my bad habits was able to help me propel to taking myself serious and my craft serious. Because then I would just be out there half stepping and not really like.
Some real shit.
I mean, out there trying to still be 21, and I'm
Looking like a lame.
You gotta grow up. You gotta grow up eventually. You know?
Not for real. I mean, and I feel like you only get one opportunity, like every day. You get one
yeah.
opportunity. You know what I mean?
You get a choice every day.
Exactly, bro.
honestly.
Go ahead and do your thing, man. Go hard.
And it's honestly, you know, you said that, you know, you sacrifice, you know, drinking and partying, but like the dudes I see, you know, who are putting in that work, they're never really at the club
I
or
hate the club,
partying.
bro.
Is it like
I've never been, bro.
I've grown to
I'm a
kind of
wall
hate
hugger.
it. Yeah, exactly.
I got no
like,
problem. Like I'll stand in the corner, play cool. Like
this,
I'll drink and shit.
yeah.
I'll talk, but I'm not.
I just
like,
I don't know. Like obviously being a teen, and it's like ooh I want a club. This is gonna be
Yeah.
nice. You in college, you kind of feeling, but it's just like. If you really need to get down and get your shit serious, you can't really be doing that shit.
Yeah.
Or
At
I mean,
least
like
not
you said-
religiously. Not-
exactly.
you know what I mean?
No, exactly. But like you said, the balance of it,
Yeah.
and then it gets to the point where you don't even want to do. You want to just work, and at that point, that's even better because now you're making money. You know what I'm saying?
And when you're younger, it's easy to be influenced and
Right.
act out of character because you want to fit in with the crowd. And as you get older, you kind of start falling into who you are truly going to be as you get older.
What really matters?
And even nowadays
matters.
with like that instant fame type shit, I feel like no one like appreciates the grind anymore. You
Yep.
know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yeah.
Like
It's like I say it all the time. It's like a
You
fucking,
sold your soul to skip the grind.
Yeah, come on now, come on. You know. But it's like a generator. Like every week, it's like another rapper on my explore page. I'm like,
But that's the
how
thing.
long
Where
to
you
the next
gonna
one?
exactly? Where you
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be like 3 months from now? Not even like a month. Not even like a year. 3 months from now. Because at this rate, there's new ones popping out every 3 months. So you gotta like find your way through the industry like that in a sense. And that I think personally is the problem with social media in that sense because it gives the illusion of instant fame.
Yeah,
And most
yep.
people fall into that trap where they do these things maybe that they can get to that, but in the end. They either stop and they end up looking stupid on themselves, or they just straight up give up because they don't want to appreciate the journey. It's like, oh, I didn't pop off right, I'm done. You know.
The
So-
episode
so-
on one of your episodes on your podcast, the episode I was telling you about, you guys talk.
Manlos?
Manlos.
Shout out
Shout out
Manlos.
Manlos.
So
Manlos juice.
how you
Shout out
guys
Manlos.
talked about like people on social media are afraid to show that they work at a regular job. You know what I mean?
Facts.
They want to show you like they got the nice cars, or the fly houses and all that, but they don't want to show you, hey, I work a regular 9 to 5.
Right.
This is my grind until I get into plan A becomes the main thing.
It's like I'm like, yo, when did it become uncool to be a human?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know?
When is it? When did it
Right.
become not cool to be a human? What the fuck? You know what I mean? We all working in here. We all trying. But you know what? I think that with the instant fame as well, like you're only capturing a very small market.
Yeah.
And it's that microwaved kind of like
Yeah.
culture. Like, oh, this is cool. All right, who's
Preheated
next?
food.
Yeah, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? So, you know what I mean? Obviously, like when you take the sacrifice to put in the work, that should have, beat the test of
It's
time.
more appreciative, I say, 100%, because you can tell, especially.
Oh yeah, you can always tell.
Yeah. Because, like, like you say, some dudes you see their first video is like 20K views. I'm like, okay, good for you. But, like,
Yeah.
a good.
There was something behind that.
Exactly. There
Yeah.
might have been. There may not been, like, maybe you're not a bot shit or, or, like, did something crazy with followers and views and shit like that. But maybe you had some, like, outside influence that, like, oh, it may seem like you started, but you still had this big backing that put you
Yeah.
on still.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, y'all coming straight up, like, you building every day.
Like I say, for those artists that like the artists that do buy bots and that do cheat, like it's gonna show.
Yeah,
because
eventually.
it's gonna show because you're cheating yourself. You know what I mean? Because there's gonna be a point in time where you're gonna try and set up your own show. Ibrahim talked about this recently on Twitter. Like he said, that's how you really show where you are, where you stand as an
Yeah, the
artist.
shows.
Because if you're able to sell out your shows, you know what I mean? Like
That's what counts.
That's what counts. You know
And
what
I
I mean?
think that's like probably like the biggest like revenue generating thing for artists nowadays because people are not buying CDs anymore.
Nope.
And
No.
some artists have even reverted to doing like vinyls, like
Or these
for hardcore-
NFTs or shit
Yeah, it's
like
cool.
that.
Like,
Yeah.
I fuck with vinyl.
Yeah, for like hardcore fans that really
now
want to show
nostalgia,
love
yeah.
and stuff. But now it's all like digital, bro. You can get on your phone and have every.
Anything.
Yeah.
J. Cole said that too when a couple years ago when all the up and coming rappers were dissing him. He was like, "Now your show's looking like because they don't show up because he's hitting on." He basically sat all these dudes down and just put them in the class and was like, "This is what's gonna happen and this is why you're fucking up." And it's
Right.
true because you don't hear from any of them anymore. And that was 3 years ago. That's not even like 5 or 10. That was a whole 3 years ago, and he called it. And you still hear from him every day, and that's how you separate.
Longevity.
That's
Longevity
what
is
I'm
the
saying.
recipe.
And
time.
immortality, I say to a point where, I shouldn't say to a point, is what I mean by, these bars are forever. Like you said, it's like J. Cole, those bars are forever. Tupac, those bars are forever. You put these other dudes on in like 5, 10, 20 years, it's not going to hit the same. Really? It's going to be like, wow, we listened to this shit, And which kind of sucks because you kind of have that whole generation of that almost. But I think personally we're starting to see lyricism come back a little bit because speaking with y'all and just the people we have spoken with, I feel like more people are more inclined to be more lyrical and tell stories like how y'all tell them.
Yeah.
Word, man. So, obviously, as artists, you guys are obviously focused on like the hip hop genre and stuff like that. But as musicians, you said it yourself. You're a full, musician, artist, and embodying that, and you making beats as well. Like, what other genres do you guys find inspiration from?
Shit. Honestly,
Bachata.
Yeah. I got a few joints on my playlist. I got Donde Estás, Mis Amigos by El Chaval.
Yeah, that's some fire, bro. Damn.
I go way back. Yeah. Medicina de Amor by I forgot his name.
Yo, that's a bop though.
Yeah, that shit like 7 minutes, bro.
Bro, the homie was crying on his cover,
Yeah,
bro.
word.
Love, bro.
That's glistening like
That shit, you feel that shit.
Gotta
bro.
feel that shit.
He made sure you felt that, yeah.
Yo, out here, whenever I listen bachata, I feel like I'm about to get a lineup, bro. I feel like I'm about to get a cut.
Or in the deli. We in the deli right now.
Oh yeah. Yo, we actually don't have too many of those out here. That's like something that we do have bodegas, but it's not like NY where you can go get a whole sandwich and shit made for you.
No,
Nah.
we got a
Diners and
this is
shit.
this bodega on your shirt.
Yeah,
but
this
that's
is
not
different.
like
This
that's
is
not
different.
like a bodega.
Is that the brand Bodega?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the clothing brand. Yeah,
The
yeah,
OG one in Boston? Yeah,
Oh, word?
the OG one's from Boston. Yeah, it's near Fenway, right?
No, it's like
Wait,
Berkeley.
hold on. I gotta.
Yeah.
Talk about the same Bodega.
Hidden in plain sight, some shit like that.
Some shit.
Clothing
Yeah,
brand?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
The original one's in
I've been
Boston,
following
bro.
them for years. Bro.
Yeah, bro. Come, you gotta go see it.
We actually interviewed the main designer. Shout out Drew Barr.
That's
Cool-
right,
cool
Drew
ass
White.
dude, bro.
He helped design the new Red Sox marathon jerseys. I don't know if y'all they were yellow with like the marathon lettering on it.
It looked
Yeah.
like some Red Sox Denver Nuggets kind of color. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
yellow with the baby blue.
like you had to be from Boston to get why they were using
Oh,
those
yeah,
colors.
Red Sox fans?
Yeah.
Red Sox fans.
I'm gonna be real with you, bro.
Hey.
I grew up part of my life in the DR. So like
Okay.
baseball out there is like a religion, bro.
I was gonna say, let's pick your team out
It's
there.
literally-
'cause
Yeah,
half of them are going to the league. You know,
It's literally like a religion. So I was forced to like kind of like baseball so much that I only watch it like during like the World Series. To be real with you, I like basketball and boxing. UFC, we talked about it a little bit, but yeah, I mean.
Did you see any of those 13-year-old proteges and shit like that? Because Rafael Devers, shout out Rafi, he was like 13 years old when he got into the Red Sox system.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a young ass kid.
That's
He
crazy.
he was in the Red Sox system when we won in 2013.
I'm gonna be real with
You
you,
know?
Pete. I was so trash at baseball that I felt
They
like
kicked you
everybody
out.
was a protege, bro. I swear to God. I'm like, yeah, he looked like he knows.
They
what
looked
he's
at
doing.
you. You weren't good. You was like, oh fucking.
I'm like, let me get a basketball, bro. Fuck all
Word,
this
give me that
shit.
shit.
But they love ball in DR too, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Chicago, when I was there, bro, I was balling up every day, bro.
They got hoopers out there, bro. But
And they call charge fouls too, bro. And
they'll hack
in
the
the courts.
shit out of you too.
Bro,
Yeah, but that's street
three-
ball. That's how we was doing that in high school gyms and shit like that. It's like,
Exactly.
hey, why call rules? It ain't a stimulated game. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, when I was the part I was at, they had a referee, bro. Like the kid who gets subbed out turns into a referee. Call charge, 3-second calls.
Yo,
You
that's
don't have a
gangster,
referee
bro.
until the first person gets out.
No, exactly. Whoever misses the free throws the referee.
Yo, that's funny, man. So regarding your craft, right? Beat making. A lot of people confuse it, and I may be one of those as well that confuse producer in there as well. What are the differences? And are the skills interchangeable in your opinion?
Like there's different hats in producing. I feel like there's a beat maker. Like you could be an arranger. You know what I mean? You could be like an executive producer, who's somebody who's in the room telling the artist what beats to rap on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
A DJ Khaled type.
DJ Khaled type. You could be the one on the couch telling somebody what to change in the beat. You know what I mean? There's different levels of like a producing, but it's all
Putting money up.
Yeah, that too.
That's executive. I'm doing that right now. actually.
Word. I mean, it takes that, bro. It really takes that. Like, you gotta invest. You know what I mean? A lot of people hit us up sometimes, like, no disrespect, but we just want to see somebody that's invested as well in their craft. You know what I mean? So, like, if you hit us up, one song out and shit like that.
Or like ain't even dropped something in a year. Like not like and I get that, but like you got to be somewhat consistent at least at this level. You know what I mean?
for anybody to take you serious.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
with anything you do, you know what I mean? You could be a hooper and you didn't come to the park all summer. when you come back next summer, you better be either way nastier than you was, or nobody picking you up, bro. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Bro, I went bankrupt because of investing in bro. When I
Went broke several times.
When I went
With music? In music?
when I learned about credit cards, bro, it was the worst thing, bro. Like I started
He
like
was wilding.
I feel that,
but
Loki.
I feel like I won though because I really got to like. I feel like now that I learned as a businessman, you know, you read these business books,
100%.
bro. These guys got 4 bankruptcy, so I came out with Pro Tools, Ableton.
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about crack plugins. I can actually update my stuff.
Yeah.
The equipment's expensive. Like a microphone is like $1,200, a preamp is like $2,000. So everything in my room I see, I'm like, yo, I actually see it.
I did that.
Right.
I did
So
that.
like when I go,
Put a stamp on that.
when I paid $1,500 to pay the lawyer for background, I'm like, hey, I went on trips. I went to Miami. I went to-
$1,500 not bad for like
Bro,
a
for
bankruptcy.
$100,000, I'll take it any
Word.
day. $100,000 from the end and through 6 years, I can't complain, bro.
Dog, I remember when I first thought I could like, you know, rap and shit. And I still kind of like write sometimes just out of like, I guess poetry, you know, I don't follow no sound or anything. But dog, I remember when I first wanted to get like a mic and I first started seeing how expensive shit was. I was like, damn, bro. I thought I was all set when I bought like I don't know if you guys seen them, but like the recording bundles that comes with it comes with an interface, the microphone cable, and then headphones.
Off Amazon?
Yeah. Out here,
How much was it? Like
it was like 300,
300,
200,
yeah,
something
like
that.
200, 300.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
a
I seen it.
Focusrite,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
it's solid.
I think the interface is still good, but like
That's a good interface.
yeah, but
believe it or not.
everything else is.
It's enough to get the job done.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
yeah,
get the
yeah, yeah.
idea out.
Sometimes that's all you need. You need to get the job done.
Bro, in DR, bro, like I know a couple of Denver artists, bro. They sent me some with the Scarlet and a baby blue bottle mic, whatever. Bro, it sound like it came out of a $10,000 studio, bro. Like you work what you got, you can do a lot of stuff.
You do a lot. That's when the creativity has to carry you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why I wanted
the
to get on
ingenuity.
too, right? Because a lot of the artists coming up, they may just pay for studio time, not even get the equipment. And it's like, well, if you want to do that, okay, but how do you expect to actually get stuff done if you're relying on someone else's time? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I know all these different creatives have different paths, but like it's just for artists specifically, like rappers, and that's what I mean by artists. You have to get your own shit because even I see Cousin Stiz of all people. I don't know if y'all know him. He's one of the biggest Boston rappers out. And I see
He did that song 500 Horses.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
That's right.
Horses.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But he be posting on Instagram. He's still recording in a closet and shit like that sometimes. It's like sometimes you got to work with what you got, even if you at a certain level.
Yeah.
Like if you think
You got to keep that hunger.
if you got a fire song in your head already and you already got the beat and you want it recorded, fucking do it in your closet, do it in like some like small ass room and just get it done. And that's why I feel like that's another part of people not appreciating the grind is that you got to do these little things to make yourself bigger. You can't just always be in the studio with someone else. It's like you got to be,
no
at
way.
that. You got to be at the crib, sound like maybe getting up to like one of these standing mics and spitting some bars, seeing how you sound. You can't just go into the studio and be like, yeah, this is it. It's like no.
Honestly, sometimes you just got to pull up to the studio and not make any music.
Yeah, that's the one thing
Explain
I've
that.
learned.
Explain that. Like just
Exactly.
being in the
But
vibe.
speak
Like-
on that. Yeah.
Yo, countless times I just pull up, he'll throw on a beat. I have like 2 bars. I'm like, nah, I'm not really feeling that. Throw on another beat. Nah, I'm not feeling that. Fuck it. Throw on a movie. Watch some shit. Get inspired. Talk a little bit. Smoke a little bit. And just turn to
Yeah,
chilling.
Exactly.
But that's necessary for the process because
Yeah.
I'm not forcing none of this shit.
It can't be all work.
Yeah, it can't be. You'll drive yourself crazy. I'm not a fucking robot.
Because it's
like,
too easy to tell nowadays when like a rapper forced some work. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you was hyped for an album and then it comes out and you're like, yo, you forced this shit. Like not in the good way.
Yeah.
You know? You gotta take your time.
Yeah, like there's even songs to this day that like we made 2 years ago and we still have plans to drop it. But it's not even it's not quite there yet. Got to
Right.
keep poking at it and
Yeah.
then just
Absolutely.
perfect it. Take it to the level it could be.
But speaking of songs you did make, one in particular that also stood out to me was the song Black. More specifically was the music video.
Oh, I was just about to
That
ask you
shit
that.
was
Did you see-
hard,
Exactly.
bro.
You wasn't even in it, And the message still got clear. So what's the thought process behind that one right there?
The song or the video?
Video.
Um,
Because I could tell,
yeah,
those heavy
yeah.
deep bars, but
Yeah.
more so the video, the interpretive dancing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Honestly, I had no idea what I was gonna do for that video, but I had some dancer friends from Purchase. Shout out Simeon and Dorchelle. And I took them to Parkchester, and I was just like, "Yo, do y'all thing." Like,
I was going to say, you didn't tell them, like,
I didn't
choreograph. or shit like
I
that.
gave them the song beforehand.
Right.
And I was just like, "Yo, just freestyle,
go
just
crazy.
yeah, go crazy." And I'm
Go
gonna just
stupid.
capture that. Like, that's the most raw it could be.
Yeah.
And
That's why
I got
I
some
appreciate
good
the
shit
song
like
like
out
that,
of that.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So
Like the song and the video itself, it just goes together. And that's why I can tell you a good artist, because you don't even need to visualize yourself
Yeah.
for people to hear you. Like
I
that.
love just visuals. Like, I don't care if I'm not in it. Like, if
I think that's
if the
I think that's a
visual
good
is just
trend.
fire, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay attention. Like, Mira Musa. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
Or Mira Mas, some shit like that. No disrespect, but that song was featuring ASAP Rocky, and neither of them were in that video, and it took place in the UK. It was followed like 3 kids, and it was like low key a Nike ad, not officially, but they wore mad Nike and shit.
that
but,
type of shit.
That's one of my favorite videos, and it's like shot on film, like just the cinematography, the composition. Fire.
Now that's
All around.
dope, because I feel like visuals tell a story that you can't. That you
Yeah.
can't. You know what I mean? Like, how do you tell somebody, like, like the obviously you can portray the noise the can makes and
Yeah.
stuff, but like actually seeing the like, little fumes and stuff,
Yeah.
it adds to the story. You know who I think you might enjoy? You probably seen his videos before, but Joyner Lucas.
I don't really follow Joyner like that though, but I have seen a couple of his videos.
His videos are fucking crazy, man. Crazy. Like, there's this
You should like the song more, like OZ.
Yeah, he's some of his videos are crazy, and he's not even in them. Like, he has this one, Keep It 100, where it's like literally the story of like $100 bill going through like mad shit, but it's just insane, bro.
What's the song called?
Keep It 100. Keep It 100. Dope ass song too. I think you might fuck with it.
Copy.
So talk about some of like the not so nice days, with making music, man. Both of you guys, man, because I know like it's a grind, it's a job, it's fun, we glamorize like the successes that come with it, but we don't often glamorize like the hard shit that you have to overcome to appreciate.
I like glamorizing the hard shit though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Kill 2 roaches in the studio. Not fuck with you.
Wait, repeat that question one more time.
Yeah. So I was just saying, like, speak about some of the losses, that come with being a musician, with being an artist, and pursuing it as a career.
Shit, nobody gonna see it, so everybody else sees it. That's just common knowledge. That's a universal truth. I was with a girl for 2 years. Had to let that go. We just wasn't on the same page. I even heard from a third party that she was like, yeah, I know he raps and know he makes music, but like I just don't know what he's doing. And I'm just like, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
Is that
And I had to hear that from somebody else, so I was just like,
is that what inspired next season?
oh, that inspired a lot. That inspired some shit on like my last 3 projects, bro. Like, honestly, I still got some shit coming out that's still touching on that, but obviously it was recorded a little while ago, so it was in that time frame. But
that's fire.
Yeah, that was one of my biggest crutches. Honestly, it took me like a year to really like regain my focus. Gave so much of myself to this person, just because I didn't know myself as deeply. So it's not really like that person, but more a reflection of myself. Also, shit, money.
That's growth, though. That's
Big growth.
That's definitely growth, because like you understand like you got to discover yourself as well, and sometimes what you want is not what you need.
Exactly.
Especially where you are now and what was said about, it's because I heard that a lot about people who rap and are still up and coming. It's like, oh, well, where's he really gonna go with it? It's like, to the moon, dog. There's only one
like-
way up. Like, where did you want them to go?
Yeah,
It's like,
like-
what do you want someone to like? Okay, rap, but have a side job, still rap. It's like, rapping is a real job. Like, making music, that shit is a real job. And I feel like that's still, you know, that mentality of whatever is a real job is still in like
man.
festering around. Cause
You
when,
let that shit go.
Because when you go up to like, you know, someone random, you're like, oh, I rap. And they're like, oh, but like, what do you do? It's like, I rap.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
it's like
I rhyme words.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, you want me to get real
Verb.
technical? Here's the dictionary version of it.
I find pockets within a beat.
Yeah.
But you don't understand though.
Right, yeah. You don't understand the intricacies.
Oh man. So obviously you opened up about that a little bit, and again the mic's open for even Pete, man. I know you be having
Yeah,
wild
man.
nights and shit. But talk about balancing love life or affection for somebody else while being an entertainer, man.
Bro, like Saav said, man, like being just an entertainer in general, like musician, podcast, and everything. Like a lot of the people close to you don't like your family members, certain people, especially me. Like I ain't never really had people that my family that believed in me. You feel me? I was kind of like that kid in school that was misbehaving, like kind of like, a lot of them thought I was just gonna end up in jail on the streets and shit. You know what I mean? Drop out of school. So luckily, through time, I just started keeping myself together and stuff, and just through time, like just living life, being able to change a lot of my ways. But a bigger thing that helped me out was becoming a father at a younger age. I mean,
That gives you like a new sense of purpose almost.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, kind of. It was hard in the beginning. I mean, like, and around the time too when I started really picking up the music, it was a lot of like my relationship was really falling apart. I mean, with my baby mom. So it's like we're trying to balance a lot at once. You got your baby moms. You know how
Yeah.
girl problems are.
Oh, of course.
And then you got your family. Really, they're telling you, hey, stop doing the music, bro. You're 26. You feel me? Like you gotta go and go to college, or you gotta go to be a cop.
You got to get an industry job or some shit like that.
And they're not
Fucking
seeing your
crossing guard.
they're not seeing your vision.
The fuck is that?
Not seeing it at all, because people don't see. They don't think you're successful until you have a nice house, a nice car.
Until you start looking at it. But even still, if you're still wearing the same attire you was wearing 5 years ago, you're still successful. It's all a frame of mind, really.
Yeah, man, it's tough, bro.
Success starts with the mind, though. It starts with the mind. Like, if you believe that shit, I know it sounds corny, it sounds cliche, but it's true, bro. You
Nah,
believe that shit?
cliches are true. Like,
Yeah.
as cliche
They all
as
true.
they
Like,
are,
you know,
they really
they
true.
really
though.
are. It's just like, because,
Wow, your Boston accent came out OD right
yeah.
there. Really, ah.
Really, yeah. It's been coming up, bro. Yeah.
Yo, did you
100%.
pack? Did you pack?
Bro, it's funny you start saying that shit because I work across the street in that tourist trap area, and they ask me to repeat stuff. I'm like, bro, I'm not a fucking circus animal. Like, what? Like,
Yo,
like what am I supposed to bounce the ball in my nose too or some shit like that while I'm saying pack the con, have a
Motherfucking
yard?
shit.
Like, fuck.
Nah, but it's funny though. Like, I guess it's because of the movies as well. You know?
Yeah.
And the way it's
Fucking
like,
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, bro.
yeah, exactly. But it's funny. I used to be in hospitality for like 10 years, and there were people that it was their first time in Boston, and they're looking for somebody that has the accent.
I'm not gonna lie, I was lucky doing that on the way here. I was like, yo, I have yet to hear a Boston accent.
I'm gonna be real with you. It's kind of like Manhattan in a way,
Yeah.
like from my experience, obviously, because I've never lived in New York. But people tell me that most of the people you meet in Manhattan aren't from New York. They're like coming from somewhere else. I feel like the same in Boston. Boston got crazy expensive to the point where like
bro.
most people that live in like this area of Boston, they're not
Young
from
urban professions.
Yeah, you gotta like go like.
I don't even know what that means.
Out to the
New York
suburbs.
wise, I feel like New York, like where you really hear the New York accents, like at least slang wise.
I ain't trying to hear none of that.
BX,
No, I'm just
None of that.
definitely the BX, hands down.
The BX?
got like the more like
Yeah,
the New
we
York slang.
wild. I mean, I don't know where it originated from, but like, we be like, yo, yeah, I'm not jacking that.
I'm not
Like,
jacking that.
yeah, like
That's
I'm
not
like
cool.
I'm not fucking with that. Like that's I'm not claiming that pretty
Yeah.
much. Like, or like,
You know what I noticed too? Copy. Like I see you guys, I see
Yeah,
copy
yeah.
because I got a couple like New York connects for like either sneakers or like if I like fitteds or shit, like they get it over there. We don't get it here. Me, I gotta rely on the computer and
Yeah.
5 seconds and it's sold out. So I'm like, yo, I'll send them a picture. Yo, this size, copy. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
And that's a military term.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Copy, Roger.
Yeah.
I know you because when I first started going to Bronx, people tell me like copy, yo, like what you mean copy, bro?
And paste. Like,
Yeah.
What we doing here, bro? What we doing here?
It's Control C.
Or we be like, niggas know my body.
Niggas know my body.
Yeah,
What does that even mean?
like they know who I am.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
you know,
okay.
That's pretty much it. Like
Like they know
know
where
me.
I'm at.
They know
They know
me.
where I'm at.
Yeah,
Got
facts.
you. You know, talking back to what you were saying about, you know, having to like learn and stuff and grow and kind of, you know, having that relationship, you know, fall apart, but, you know, adjusting. It's kind of hard, man. I feel like when you're doing anything that's creative, because, you know, like most of our people or most of the way I think society thinks, they're not willing to sacrifice, you know, something that's, you know, guaranteed like that check every 2 weeks or every week. You know what I mean? For
that shit
for
is
some
crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like waiting a week or two to get paid. Like
Yeah.
I gotta touch money every day, man.
At least, yeah, bro.
Come
like,
on, son. Like even if it's like $50. Like,
Cause you can't save shit no more. Yeah, you can't
bro.
really like save shit no more in today's like world. It's like
Tough, man.
it's like I'm gonna need food this day, like water this day,
Yep.
like gotta do my laundry this day if I gotta pay for it. It's like
I mean, I'm no economist, but I just feel like saving your money is probably, well, obviously save. I'm not saying don't save.
oh yeah, don't blow your money,
don't
but
Yeah, that's a fact.
But I just feel like if that's the main thing that you're doing, like money loses value.
Yeah.
Quick. You got to put it in something. I'm no economist, as I said, but like
Nah,
it's
but
true
that's a
with
fact. It's not
inflation.
doing nothing, just it's sitting in your bank account. Like,
Exactly.
You gotta
Right.
invest in like
something. Like whether if you like flipping kicks or flipping, you know, cilantro.
bricks. Yo, honestly, like a month ago, I was down. I was like, yo, I'm dead about to just find a brick. I was really in that mindset, but I was like, nah, chill. I can't do no fed time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, man, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Bro, you sample. Obviously, with making beats, where do you dig for samples? Do you look for vinyls like we were mentioning, or like do you YouTube shit?
Bro, I do everything. I go through vinyls, Spotify, just go to a bunch of stuff like YouTube. Bro, I literally sometimes just sit a whole day like
Listening to shit.
just listening to stuff, just trying to find loops.
Yeah.
Like, or sometimes I just do drum patterns.
Got you.
And then what I like to do when I do drum patterns, just start playing stuff over it.
Got
And
it.
and then when I hear like, oh, that got potential, like let me
Yeah.
let me like record that real quick and start chopping it up. It's a feel, bro.
Yeah. You know, I feel like the mind of a beat maker or like somebody that's dedicated, because, you know, anybody can start doing something and be a self-proclaimed fucking beat maker. Shit. I could beatbox. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, but on some real shit, you know, one of my close cousins, he makes beats. And it's crazy, bro. Sometimes we'll either be just, you know, chilling, walking around somewhere, and he'll hear a sound and he'll be like, yo, hold on, bro. Hold on. He'll start recording. He's like, yo, that got potential. And I'm all like, that's crazy. And then he'll show me like a beat like a month later. He's like, yo, you don't hear that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, remember that day? I'm like, bro, I don't hear it, but this shit's fire though. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's crazy to me, bro. Like
Painting, bro.
it's just
painting.
it's crazy the level of creativity that goes into that.
Bro, it's like to me when I make a fire beat, it's like having sex, bro. It's like yo, I'll be all like, I'll be like, damn, this loop's so fire. It's like yo, it'd be like I look at my phone, be like, so are we still on going today? I'm like, nah, this loop's too
Nah, I'm
fire.
good.
Yeah.
Nah,
make
bro.
this beat.
I gotta stay in the house
I
tonight.
stay in
For
the
real.
house.
I'm sick.
Unless you can be in 145 BPM. I'm sorry, no.
Right. It's like, yo, you look good, but this beat look better.
But this beat gonna make me money. Like, you know what I'm saying?
This
I'm
beat
not
gonna get
saying,
me you, your
I'm gonna
friend.
spend money on you. This gonna make me money.
Yeah,
You know? So it's like, it's all right. So,
So-
gentlemen,
Go ahead.
what is next for y'all? Is this in this Lord's year of 2021 or even beyond? Especially coming off a rough year, as everyone had. What is next for Saav and Arteaga?
You know what I mean? I kind of been learning the game more now. Now, last year I was kind of blessed, you know what I mean, to like be able to land placements. You know what I mean, so I got to go.
Like, that's radio play, right? Placements?
No, I've been last year landing something with Jay Stone and Dave East. So and then Guru mixed the project.
That's
So
fire.
like, you know, I was able to like learn a lot of the game. you know, and kind of like, kind of have a better understanding of like, just don't put music out, kind of have a plan behind it. Whereas when we first started doing projects,
We were just throwing it out.
And like the numbers, like I say, it might be 70 listeners a month, but that doesn't mean that like it comes down to marketing.
That's a starting point.
Yeah, it comes down to marketing,
bro.
I ain't tripping, bro. I know the end goal.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's like kind of like we were talking about earlier. Like, say it's your first video and you got 1 million views. That's fucking pressure because like now everything
now
that falls short of that.
Yep.
You know
That's
what I
been
mean?
my biggest thing, especially
Slow climb.
starting
Yeah, exactly. Steady. You know, make it up.
It's relationships, bro. Honestly, just the game's about just meeting people, networking. I don't care how talented you are as a producer, how good of a rapper you are. If you don't get out your comfort zone, you're not doing nothing.
Bro, you know what? You can be.
We in Boston right now, bro.
Yeah.
We in Boston, you know what I'm saying?
bro.
Like,
Yo, you can be the most talented, most hardworking person, but it also depends on who you know, bro.
yep, it's no different.
It depends on who you know. So 1-800-444-FATE. Saav the soothsayer, man.
that is not a real number.
Yo, you act, bro?
yeah. I guess I could say that now.
Tapped in?
Is that
Yeah.
Washington?
Oh yeah, actually.
Talk your shit.
Shit. All right, so TMG, I did a short film. I don't know if y'all seen it with the purple mask.
I haven't seen
it's
it,
a
but
little
I
short
definitely
film.
have to.
It's like 7 minutes. Shout out to my boy Yusuf. We met him in I have yet to meet him actually. He met him in Miami, right?
No, I met him.
First
time met. I met
you
him
in
Miami.
person, yeah. But
yep.
yeah, but he's from Virginia. Also, our boy Sino. So Yusuf he's on the hook of TMG. He wasn't able to make it for the video, but there was plans for that initially. But it's a reimagining of Bonnie and Clyde, and I play Clyde. And I'm doing a 4-part film series, and I'm doing once a year, like an actual movie release.
That's dope, bro.
If y'all could pull up in October, I'm doing a premiere screening.
Yo, I'm
in the
with
city.
that.
Bet.
I'm with that.
October 10th is the day we looking at. Day before my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
October
so-
6th.
Hey, Libra.
Yo.
We in
Yeah.
here, bro. We in here.
So yeah, chapter 2 coming out October. Shout out my nigga Buddy Lofton, Sam Styles, who's my man from middle school.
Yeah.
His brother produced the beat, and yeah, that's so the 4-part film series. Part 3 gonna feature my boy Slow, who's like a R&B neo soul type of vibe.
Okay.
He's from Singapore.
That's fire.
Yeah, he live in Brooklyn.
That's
Wow.
dope.
And then part 4, which we looking at like a 2023 release, that's gonna be like a full feature length film, like an hour and a half.
I like how you're spacing it out.
Oh
know?
yeah, 100%.
Can't rush greatness.
Everything got to be
Yeah,
intentional.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
niggas gonna see the value.
Like you talk about 2023, we still got 4 months left of this
man.
shit. you
Yo,
know what I'm saying?
honestly, I'm trying to be on some Marvel Cinematic Universe shit.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta plan this shit
Yeah,
out.
100%.
You gotta plan this shit out.
And it builds anticipation too.
Exactly.
If you give people everything, like put it like this, Jordans, right? If Jordan released every day, people would still buy them, but like they ain't gonna be that excited anymore because it's like, oh, you know, they dropped.
gave us everything.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why, spacing it out, it builds.
And
that
it's such. I spent so much bread on that. I'm still spending so much bread on these productions.
Are you directing them? Like you're writing most of it?
I directed the first one with my boy Tristan. We went to college together. He's also a film major. Second one, I wanted to have other people direct my shit. I didn't want to just make it all about me. Like I wanted other people to have their input. Like I love collaboration.
Of course.
My boy
That mastermind.
Sir
shit.
Gregolis, he directed the second one. Third one, my homegirl Lorena, she's directing that. And then 4, me and Tristan returning to direct the closing chapter. I don't know where I was going with that.
Pacing it.
And have it catered, there's gonna be like different ticket prices, like probably like $30 tickets that just covers
Tier
like,
shit like that, you
yeah,
know.
it covers like drink, and I'm trying to rent a theater, like an actual theater. I'm trying to
Nice.
pack
So you
that
gotta
shit
cover
out.
that
Like,
cost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. Hell yeah.
yeah.
Well, I gotta come back from my expenses.
Right, exactly. You gotta make that shit back. So if people wonder why it's $50 a ticket, don't be surprised.
Don't be
you know what I'm
surprised.
saying?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm doing probably like a 3-hour stretch. Getting it catered, drinks. If I could get a spot that niggas can smoke or whatever, then that's cool. The $50 tickets.
If not, step outside. You guys legalized now, right?
Yeah, fact.
Yeah.
Word. Congrats.
Oh, once I heard that, I was like,
y'all legal out here, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Probably like 2 years ago.
4. It was 2016 we voted for
You
that
guys
shit.
got dispensaries, everything.
Bro,
Yeah,
everywhere.
Everywhere. There's
Everywhere.
one 5 minutes from here, down the street over here.
Yo, you just made my boy's day right there, bro.
I'll still stop by.
That's funny, bro. Go ahead, please. My fault.
And then there's gonna be like $50 tickets, depending on the cost of like the merch and shit. Cause I'm trying to, in addition to the drinks and the food and just watching the film, I'm gonna do merch, posters,
All that shit.
maybe like some other shit that I could think of. But
Yeah, it's a movie.
Make sure
You
you
gotta
link
like,
us, man. Link
something
us.
to make people's money worthwhile. Like.
Exactly. Definitely link us, man. We'll be excited to pull up.
Nah, yeah.
Any excuse to come to New York, you know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
Hell yeah, man. So last question for you guys. You know, I feel like here in Say That podcast, we think
In
that
Boston, too.
we believe in giving back, bro. You know what I mean? And I feel like one of the best ways to give back is with gratitude. So the mic is open for you guys to, do your shout outs to whoever you guys want. And also to let the people know where they can find you and what's next for you guys. Copy.
It's going around.
Yeah, so again, my name is Saav. I'm from the Bronx, New York. All my shit is on the platforms. YouTube, Saav Visuals, Saav with 2 A's. Yo, every time I tell somebody my name, I don't know how they fuck it up. They be like, Shav? I'm like, Saav.
It's
Like,
2 A's, so you can't even fuck it up.
Yeah,
still.
like, come on, son. So YouTube, I'm on Vimeo as well, Saav Visuals as well, savvyworld.com. It's in my Instagram bio. My Instagram is I am Saav. Again, Saav with 2 A's.
Yeah. No H. I don't know how y'all got an H.
Yeah,
in there.
bro. That's too common.
Yeah.
People be dumb, bro.
Yeah, man. Get in tune with the journey. We got a lot more
Facts.
coming up. Got some quality. My nigga Arteaga. There every step of the way. My nigga Brian.
Shout out, man. Silent Killers, man.
My man Sergio.
On the cam.
The cameraman.
If y'all ain't see it on this cam, y'all Sergio on the cam.
We like the Avengers, man. The
what
rap
I'm saying.
Avengers.
Yes,
I love
sir.
that shit. I love that shit, man. What about yourself, man?
Nah, man, just, you know what I mean? You guys can follow me on Sounds by Arteaga on Instagram. I mean, it's like from Brentwood, Long Island. I mean, time to take some of the shine away from the city. You know what I mean? They stay getting love. You know what I mean? But
There might be a conflict of
believe it or
interest
not,
here.
A breach of contract.
but I'm actually from Brentwood, and I'm actually want to continue the legacy that EPMD.
Got it.
Because actually from my town. You know what I mean? So it's like
That's dope.
definitely Bismarck. Yeah, we got
Rest in peace, the legend.
It's a lot of history. Like we had Redman actually pull up.
Wow.
He recorded a lot of his albums. Method Man. Keith Murray is from Brentwood. Also.
Who's the other dude?
Bro, I came from a town over, White Edge. I mean,
Oh yeah, so you got everything out
so
there.
yeah,
All them legends
like,
is out there.
It's like kind of like I want my city to be like the new Fayetteville. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Fayetteville, like in Carolina now, is starting to be like the next Compton. I feel
They're
like.
making shit out there, man. They
Right.
just got something's in the water.
Yeah.
Something's in the water.
Yeah,
Something's in the water.
Definitely, man. A shout out to my team too, like Brian. I mean Serge. I mean my boy Darwin.
Oh, word. Shout out to Darwin.
Charlie Darwin, Yusuf. I mean
Sino.
Sino. You know what I mean? My boy Lunai from Africa.
Lunai, word.
Word.
Algeria.
I mean, like-
he made my website, actually.
Lunai from
Yeah.
Africa. You know what I mean?
Algeria, man.
Yeah.
That's
We actually, we got a banger. We got a real banger.
Yo,
It's
stay
called
tuned for
Muzz.
that. Stay tuned for
Shout
that.
out-
Stay tuned for
Shout
that
out to
one.
also my other team in California, Stone. I mean Mac, Kev. You know what I mean? Those are the bros right there. They give me they also help me build my confidence too for believing in me for those songs on that project. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Everybody that played a part. You know?
Definitely.
Everybody gotta
bro.
eat, bro. You know, Mike, who you shouting out, bro? You
Yo,
got some
man.
love in your heart.
I think so, man. Sometimes, bro. Nah, it's
Yeah.
gray outside. Nah, first and foremost, yo, shout out to Saav, shout out to Arteaga, man. Shout out the team, man. I know you guys probably not seeing them, but shout out to them.
Yo, shout out to you guys though first.
Yo,
of all.
thank
Oh,
you.
of course,
thank
no.
you,
Shout out
thank
to
you,
you
thank
guys.
This is special.
Yo, this is
real
my.
special.
Yo, honest,
thank
to be
you.
honest, my first podcast. So like,
Nah, me too.
I never done nothing like this. Like,
Yo,
definitely a little nervous in the beginning.
Oh,
Nah,
man.
don't worry
So
about it,
it's
bro.
Yo, it's
So I appreciate you guys for just,
course.
give me the opportunity to be here with you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Honestly, I appreciate you guys taking that 4-hour drive. I know you guys probably made it in 2 flying and shit. But, nah, for real, I really appreciate it. I'm a fan of your guys' work.
Thank you.
Authenticity to the max is always what attracts me with any musician, anybody, a comedian, whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. So shout out to you guys. Shout out Pete, bro. It's always a pleasure doing this with you guys, man. Shout out A. He's not here, but he's here in the spirit.
I was
Remy A.
Yeah, my boy A.
Shout out our guy.
Remy A. Yo, shout out to him, man. Y'all got to go see some of his shows, bro. He's been selling out shows. He's a stand-up comedian. Yeah, go check him out. Shout out Modern Party Art. It's a little...
That's a location.
Yeah, it's a location.
He's like, I got to get it out.
It's a comedy studio. And lastly, man, shout out God, man, for real.
Yeah, I forgot one big shout out, though. My daughters, bro.
There you go.
Like,
shout out the fam,
yo, they're my best friends, bro.
Backbone.
I mean, they're literally the reason I do this, bro. Like,
There you go. We all need that fire, bro.
That's right. I got to shout out, man, taking a little page out of Remy A's book here. Anybody working hard, anybody putting in hours, we coming out of the pandemic. You made it. Congratulations. Now go get that bread. Come on, motherfucker. Y'all got that unemployment. Yeah, they gave you that unemployment. Now go use it. You know what I'm saying? But, Mike, they don't know by now,
Now, I
bro.
gotta tell them one thing. Yo,
All right,
that's all
I'm
that.
getting a little ahead of myself.
Hey, yo, say that exclamation podcast on YouTube. Say _that_pod on Instagram. Go show some love if you don't love
Go
that.
rate us, too. Give
You
us
don't love
5
your mother.
stars. Write us a nice little review. It's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, y'all got to stick around for this Saav freestyles,
Yes,
though.
sir.
Coming up soon.
Let's get
But
it.
for now, don't say this. Say that.
You hear me? You hear me?
We hear you.
Look. Yeah. Climbing mountains and drink from the fountain of youth. Perpetual in the booth. I spew undeniable truth. They liars if they say I ain't supplying with the tools to take it higher. Comfort zone allowed them. Ain't been proud since the day I went off to college. Now I'm working at Bay Plaza. $12 an hour with 3 hustles on the side. Till I'm vacationing on islands. Give when I'm well endowed and get them out the public housing. You will never get in way of the plans. After all I gave you, how you take from my hands. Sometimes I wonder if what I'm doing is gonna pay off. Navigating through blocks with cops that want my face off. Unidentifiable, completely off the radar. Still gonna make my rounds, treat the world like I'm an A&R. Couldn't stop me, Moan Man, it's kinda sloppy. Secret society wanna lock me, I'm a commodity. Wait till y'all see how I cook this shit up properly. Quit pocket watching. Gain some profit till money is not an object. You niggas in the projects need a push and it's obvious you ain't doing enough. Shit tough, no choice but to adjust. Yeah, no choice but to adjust. Saav season, year round. Don't never forget it. Yeah, we can go to that next one. Sound like some Kung Fu Panda shit. Hey, hey. Yeah, this my steez right here. Okay, let's get it. I picture me holding the check while you blow the advance. You keeping everything, Greek got you feeling like nothing should go to your mans. I do hate to see it, I can't let me be what I say that I'm fighting against. Back in my time zone with my eyes low, I be flying again. This summer I'm taking the brakes off, I've been waiting to face off. You was talking that shit when we wasn't in the same time of the place, dog. Could tell you was made soft. Running your crib, then I make off with whatever you got in a safe drawer, huh? I see that you posing still, don't even know the real. Your raps be less than a meal. I'm holding it down with impeccable wordplay while I'm stressing the bills. Air mattress on the floor, gave hunger for more. It's running in circles, the future I seen it before. Beware my come up, don't fuck around and get done up. The pride to disappoint you, trying to even out the score. There's gonna be war, whether I like it or not. Whether inciting the shots, if you want beef it get hot. Maintain what you got, it's a big chance you'll be losing the spot. Feel like my time's here, getting an idea, then the ink in my pen drop. My level is top tier, when I'm not here, they gon' want me like K-Dot. Give me a problem, it's nothing I can't overcome. When they ones, we're better. Got me some fun. Gonna be a setup, so keep your head up. Hitters moving it fast, they gotta get sent up. I promise I'll shit on whoever and don't clean a mess up. I'm acting a fool with instrumentals and nobody smarter or better. Give me a couple summers when this current run up, I'm my only successor. Sad. And that's a wrap.